I am supporting Kamala Harris.
I would probably vote for Trump.
Este es el mapa de las elecciones presidenciales en el estado de Georgia en 2020. Los condados en rojo votaron por Donald Trump y los condados en azul por Joe Biden. A simple vista podría parecer que aquí ganó Trump por lo rojo que se ve. Los puntos azules son ciudades, lugares con mucha densidad poblacional, muchos edificios donde se vota por los demócratas. Y las zonas rojas están menos urbanizadas, son más rurales y ganan los republicanos. De hecho, en varios de esos condados ganó Donald Trump con amplias diferencias. Y al final, Biden se llevó el estado por una diferencia de apenas 12,000 votos. Esto es un fenómeno que se da a nivel nacional. ¿Qué dice esto sobre cómo votan los estadounidenses? Para entenderlo mejor, nos fuimos a Atlanta, la capital de Georgia. Nuestra primera parada fue Manuel's Tavern, un bar que guarda mucha historia política. La idea de Manuel, que es el dueño original de este lugar, era que pues estos temas de religión y política, él los quería discutir en este lugar. Tienen esta clientela que está bien dispuesta a platicar de política. La gente tiene playeras de Kamala Harris. En fin, estamos en un lugar en donde se respira la política como pocos, en donde realmente se siente la historia política de Atlanta.
People know this is a place you can come talk about politics. We get a lot of professors here, we get artists, we get politicians, we get a lot of laborers, you know, carpenters, electricians, you name it. Bill and Hillary Clinton came here with Al Gore and Tipper Gore. Obama has been here throwing darts.
As you get out of the urban areas, you see that people vote gradually like more Republican. Why do you think that is?
So my brother lives in the country and he's very conservative, very Republican, huge fan of Donald Trump. And whereas I would definitely describe myself as a Democrat, he stopped talking to me a few years ago. I think he just didn't like my politics too.
Esa misma noche conocimos a Ashton, que estaba comiendo en el bar.
Usually within Atlanta, it's pretty left-wing, pretty liberal, and then when you get outside of Atlanta, where it's more rural, more countryside, it's going to be more conservative or right side. In most directions, once you go 30 minutes to an hour outside of the city, I would say it gets pretty conservative pretty quickly. Yeah, Atlanta's pretty different from the rest of the state.
Lo que nos dijo Ashton nos dio una misión, platicar con gente dentro de la ciudad y salir un poco para ver si encontrábamos opiniones distintas. Primero entrevistamos gente en Atlanta. When you think about the upcoming election, what do you feel?
Dread.
Why?
For the chance of Donald Trump winning again, that's like worst case scenario. I don't mind, I like Kamala Harris well enough, I'm gonna vote for her.
I just don't really think my vote matters. I think the electoral college has kind of outweighed the popular vote, and I don't think that the popular votes mattered at all.
Trump's whole Project 2025 is not only putting women in danger, like the reproductive rights, gays, and I just think that she's the lesser of two evils. I'm not necessarily thinking that she's like a saint, but I think that she's better than Trump, for sure.
She's definitely the better option between her and Trump because, like she said, the only one who's going to be benefited from Trump is rich, white men.
I agree. I feel like her plan for the future benefits more of everybody rather than, just a specific group.
I really enjoy her ideas about housing, and I wish she would actually take that a lot further.
No matter what happens, and I do truly think that Kamala will win the election, I know that that will not be accepted by everybody. And there's going to be some sense of upheaval and some sense of unrest, and I'm not looking forward to that.
Do you plan on voting?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote.
Have you made up your mind yet?
No.
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 We haven't found that many undecided voters. Why haven't you made up your mind?
It's purely because of Gaza and Israel. I would vote for Kamala otherwise.
Muchos de los votantes que me encontré en la ciudad votarán por Kamala Harris, aunque no necesariamente estén convencidos de su decisión. Como diríamos en México, para muchos es la menos peor.
Excuse me, I'm a journalist. Would you talk to me about the election for a sec?
Not right now.
That's fine.
Eso sí, comprobé que en la ciudad no está tan fácil encontrar simpatizantes de Donald Trump, o al menos que lo digan abiertamente. Así que agarré carretera y me fui a Gainesville, una pequeña ciudad de 45,000 habitantes. Está ubicada en el condado de Hall. donde en 2020 se votó en un 70% por Donald Trump y apenas en un 27% por Joe Biden.
He says that he believes in God and he talks about Christianity, and that's my beliefs also. And so I want a president that has the same core values that the Bible stands on.
I'm a Christian. I agree more with what Donald Trump supports as opposed to what Kamala Harris supports. I believe that every life is sacred. Abortion is just a way to wipe out the next generation.
I think the average income to buy a house when Trump was president was $75,000, and now it's $125,000. And I will not make $125,000 in my current career.
I'm not that informed on our candidates, but knowing the economy is a huge issue right now, I would probably vote for Trump.
La mayoría de las personas que encontré fuera de la ciudad sí me dijo que votaría por Donald Trump, pero no todos, como Roberto, que me dio una entrevista en español y no está convencido por ninguno de los dos candidatos.
Creo que voy a votar de tercer, como el Green Party, lo que dicen aquí.
O también está Alan, que tiene una familia muy republicana, ha vivido toda su vida en Gainesville y va a votar por Kamala Harris.
Yes, I will be voting for Harris. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Playing on the internet as much as I have opened my eyes up to what the world actually is. We are global at this point in time, and we need to treat ourselves as that.
A varias de estas personas también les pregunté sobre por qué creen que hay una diferencia entre el votante urbano y el rural.
When you are surrounded by nothing but empty space and you don't have to interact with your neighbors a lot, I believe it breeds this sense of American individualism, this American exceptionalism that is detrimental to living in a nice, happy society.
I think university life sparks a more liberal agenda in academia, and I think you'd find that more often in a city than in a more rural area where a lot of people are going to technical schools and are more blue-collared workers.
Georgia es considerado un swing state, en español estado columpio, o sea que nada está definido. En otros estados es casi un hecho quién ganará por cómo han votado antes. Por ejemplo, Nueva York casi siempre es demócrata y en Kansas seguro ganará Donald Trump. Pero en los estados columpio, como Georgia, no hay una tendencia clara. La balanza podría inclinarse hacia Kamala Harris o Donald Trump. En Estados Unidos, la elección se cuenta por estado y cada uno vale una cierta cantidad de votos del colegio electoral. Son como puntos para ganar que van acumulando los candidatos. El primero en llegar a 270 se va a la Casa Blanca. Como Georgia vale 16 de esos votos electorales y tanto Harris como Trump podrían ganar ahí, hay que ponerle más atención. Y esto pasa también con Carolina del Norte, Pensilvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona y Nevada. Ahora sí, de vuelta a mi viaje. Para encontrarme con los estudiantes que apoyan a Harris, fui a una universidad privada a media hora del centro de la ciudad.
Politicians like former President Trump, he speaks of such volume of immigration as a way to rally up his base. Using language like they're poisoning the blood of our country, using that kind of rhetoric shows you what he really feels about people who don't look like him.
What's the situation with abortion in Georgia?
Our governor is also working with other politicians to ban birth control. And because of the policies that are slowly rolling in, there's a lot of doctors that are actually starting to leave the state for other states that are a lot more lenient on these issues. I feel like there shouldn't really be a policy on abortion. I feel like that should be between a woman and her doctor.
I'm an economics major. Right. So I place a lot of importance on the economy. I've been blessed enough to meet some people who own like Fortune 500 companies and really successful people. So I mean, there was a very hard time that was faced, but it also wasn't just due to the person in office. You know, we faced issues with COVID as well.
Vinimos a este centro comercial porque va a haber una reunión de republicanos jóvenes y queremos platicar con ellos sobre cuáles son los problemas que les preocupan. From Mexico City.
Oh, cool. Like, hey, come, but do it the right way. Now, the problem is that system is pretty backlogged. You know, there's a lot of people trying to do it the right way, and they're looking over and seeing people just skip the line coming across the border and getting all the benefits that they don't even get if they do it legally.
As an American, I am
happy with the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I think it should be in the hands of the states.
What we have, what the Christian religion has in common with the Judaic religion is we obviously look at the Ten Commandments, right? Our laws are literally written off the Ten Commandments.
En resumen, estas son algunas opiniones que me platicaron jóvenes de ambos partidos sobre por qué hay tanta diferencia entre unos votantes y otros.
I think people feel a little bit more comfortable expressing their ideologies outside of the city if you're a Trump supporter, because the mainstream media, it's made it kind of scary actually to be a Republican in the city. So in the city, I actually don't express my views very much. But I work in the city.
The implicit bias behind it is that urban voters are African American and other minority groups. Rural voters are Caucasian, right? That's the bias, that we place based on the identity of the party and their core values.
In a metro area, a lot of people rely a lot more government-related services, right? So police are usually quicker to come out, quicker to respond. Then you have public transportation that they're looking for, shelters, things that a city provides that rural areas don't. Out in the rural country, people have to work a lot more and rely on themselves.
A lot of people in rural Georgia and areas don't have access to healthcare. They don't have as much access to getting a college degree, and they are more likely to be poor, white, uneducated voters. And of course you're going to vote for Trump. Why? Because Trump loves uneducated people.
Un estudio de Pew Research Center demuestra cómo el 60% de los votantes en las ciudades son demócratas. En las zonas rurales es el mismo número, 60%, pero de votantes republicanos. La diferencia entre votantes urbanos y rurales en Estados Unidos es relativamente reciente, de unos 30 años. Una teoría es que hay menos industria nacional y más importaciones, lo cual afecta más a las zonas rurales, generando cierto resentimiento hacia las ciudades, que se sostienen más con empleos en finanzas y tecnología. Otra posible razón es la creciente desigualdad educativa, ya que en las ciudades hay más personas con títulos universitarios que en el campo. Además, Donald Trump ha conectado directamente con los votantes rurales, quienes, según encuestas, sí creen que la migración y la falta de empleo local los afecta más que a las personas en los centros urbanos. Aunque el mapa de Georgia se vuelva a ver así este año, donde pareciera que el partido republicano terminaría ganando, el voto de las ciudades puede terminar imponiéndose. Como vimos, fueron unos cuantos miles de votos los que hicieron la diferencia.